Today is all about relationships. And you may be thinking, what triggered me to talk about this? If you have been following me, you know that yesterday I went to a party and there I saw a few friends of mine who I hadn't seen for many years. And these were actually couples and what I who are married for many years, and they have grown up children who are either already gone to college or are going to college now. And what I noticed was how good they were together. They were so loving with each other, how well they communicated, how much they looked that they care about one another. And I love that. But it also made me think, what makes a great relationship, and a great relationship that lasts for so long? And it reminded me of a book that I read a couple of months ago, I think it was, and it's by Steve Chandler, 50 Ways to Create Better Relationships, and I have the links in the chat below. It's one of the best books I've read, and when I read it for a second time immediately because I wanted to absorb more what was in there. And now, because I was reminded about it, I'm reading it for a third time. And maybe you may guess that I don't believe I am an expert in relationships. I'm not that good at it, but I'm learning. And I want to share a couple of things that are in this book and also from my experience, which I think may make perfect sense. And the first thing is that in a relationship, it doesn't matter if is a loving relationship or any other kind of relationship, we need to make the other person the center of the relationship. There must be no ego there. The other person is the most important thing. If we put our ego and start thinking what we want, what we this creates a barrier between us and the other person. Another thing is listening, deeply listening to the other person. Third thing, having no agenda. Sometimes the only thing that we need to do is just be there in silence. And this is something that I have been practicing. And when I do, you get a better understanding of the other person. Another thing that the book says is surprise the other person. Don't don't make it don't make the relationship a habit, because when we create habits in everything in our lives, then we tend to lose interest. We are like robots, and you do things without thinking about them. But this creates this is not something that's good in a relationship. So keep the relationship alive by constantly doing things about the relationship. Small things. Just surprise the other person by writing a note or calling them unexpectedly or doing something for them that lets them know how much you love them and appreciate them. And there are many, many other more tips in there in this book, but these are the ones that have stuck more in my mind. And the most important, as I said in the beginning, is don't put your ego in front. Don't try to change the other person. Try to change yourself, and don't expect the other person to make you happy, but start by creating your happiness from within. So, these were my tips for the day. I would love it if you comment or let me know about your experience and what other tips you have for me or for any other person watching and reading the comments. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.